Hello everybody, it's jrobichess. I got another Grandmaster Chess Tactics video that I wanted to post, and it's from a recent match actually. It was played in 2007. Anand, the current world chess champion now, was playing white in this position, and Morozevich was playing black. At the time of the match, Anand was rated 2779, and Morozevich was rated 2741. And I selected this particular match and the line that follows simply because it really highlights a fundamental tactical principle that's very important in any chess game to always be kind of on the lookout for. So we're going to get into it here. If you want, go ahead and pause the video, see if you can come up with the best move for white. And I'm going to get into what Anand played in this position. So what Anand came up with in this position, you'll probably have noticed already that black is down a pawn. And I should say at this point that at Grandmaster level play, that's usually ends up being a win for the opposing player. But GMs don't usually resign after going down one pawn, simply because I think that there's always an opportunity for tactical lines, sharp tactical attacks, either mating attacks or attacks that are going to lead to a nice material gain. So Morozevich, although he was a pawn down in this position as black, was still fighting on, trying to find that opportunity. But Anand came up with something very nice here, and it's using a basic tactical principle. And we'll get into the principle in a little bit, but Anand came up with knight to f4. And you'll notice two things right off the bat. First of all, knight to f4 is attacking the rook here on e6, but also the knight on e3 is attacking the pawn on c4. So Morozevich plays the most logical looking move on the surface. He swings his rook over to c6 to defend that pawn. But now Anand has just a beautiful move. He can just come in now and take that pawn, because what it's doing is it's taking away the defender of that knight. So if we go back a move here, you'll notice that this pawn is playing a very important role for black right now, and that's the defense of this knight on b3. So Anand comes in and basically removes the defender of that knight. Morozevich captures the knight, and Anand captures the knight, and from that line, Anand gets another pawn up on his opponent. So basically he was able to win a pawn by removing the defender on that knight, and shortly thereafter Morozevich resigned. So I thought it was a really interesting line that Anand had come up with in that position. Now I'm going to go back a couple moves here to where Anand first played knight to f4. Now you might have thought of some different options for black, but as it turns out, Anand's line, there's really nothing that black can do that's going to stop it from going down a pawn, and we'll take a look at a couple different options here. So let's take a look at rook down to e4, for example. So rook to e4 with maybe the goal of playing something like knight to c1, attacking the rook here on e2, or even maybe a plan of bringing the rook over here to e7 to support. Well, as it turns out, in this position, Anand can still come in and capture the pawn, because once the pawn is captured, the defender again is removed on the knight on b3, and there's really not a lot that black can do in this position. Like, for example, if he just takes the knight, we get back to the same position that we were at anyway from the original line. Or if we go back from this position, if Morozevich comes in and takes the rook, delivering check, we can still capture the rook, and Anand is still one extra pawn ahead, so 2 pawns of material ahead. And then from here, Morozevich could play something like knight to c5 because it's being defended, but he still drops a pawn in this position. So I thought it was a really good move that Anand came up with. It was a subtle move, but it was very strong, and I think it was a really good example of removing the defender, which is a really important tactical concept to get comfortable with. So I'm definitely looking forward to your feedback on that. I'm interested to see if you caught the line right away, or if you have any different ideas that you got from the position. So take care, hope you enjoy the video, and we'll see you next time.